Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Suran. In this channel, I share knowledge and practical techniques on trauma healing and everything about mental health. So today I wanted to continue this series of videos on how to work on abandonment fear. This is the fourth video of a series of videos of core beliefs to work on in order to overcome abandonment fear. So those core beliefs were actually brought out by Michelle Skin in her book, Love Me, Don't Leave Me. And I have worked on overcoming each and every one of those core beliefs under the guidance of my therapist. So today, in this video, I wanted to share the workbook questions that I did in this core belief and my sample answers because I think it will help you better understand it. Those questions can be really powerful. It doesn't matter if you use it by yourself or you work on it with a guidance from someone else. I have already published the first 3 videos. The first one is that all people abandon me, and the second one is on mistrust and abuse. You feel like people will hurt or intentionally use you or abuse you. And third one is on emotional deprivation. The fourth one, which is this video, is gonna be really powerful in untangling the shame that you feel you're not good enough. It took me a long time to get ready for this video because I wanted to fully understand the impacts of this core belief that we feel not good enough. And I realized that every time, it doesn't matter what aspects that I work with my therapist, it all comes down to this fundamental one that we feel we're not good enough to be loved, to deserve something better in the future. We're eternally trapped in the past. That's why I wanted to devote a lot of time and a lot of videos on the topic shame, because I think this is the fundamental core issue to work on, to have the motivation to heal and also to fight for and to create a better future that you deserve. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. I wanted to first talk about why this core belief is related to abandonment fear. So for people who have gone through attachment trauma, for people who have gone through actual abandonment or rejection or shame of not good enough, that we have this core belief that we don't measure up. So that's why we don't deserve the good people to stay in our life. We don't deserve good things to happen to us. So whenever a tiny bit of warmth is presented in front of us, a tiny bit of kindness from someone that you weren't expecting, you feel like you have signed a life contract with this person. You feel like, wow, this is the person I wanted to gain love and validation from the rest of my life. This is the person I need to love me, to stay in my life, because they gave me warmth, they gave me something, they gave me a recognition that I never had, they gave me the approval and acceptance that I never had as a child. So we feel like we're instantly, grabbing onto this person and holding on to them. So any sign of perceived distancing or any sign that you interpret it as they are leaving you, they are taking a step back, would trigger your abandonment anxiety. And it's not abandonment anxiety alone that we need to work on. It's this compounded experience from the past of being rejected, of being unwanted, as if there's something wrong with us, as if we don't deserve the attention that she gets, that they get, right? Or else, why the hell, we're the only ones being unwanted, while others, they seem to be crazy about each other and they seem to really have a good relationship, but we never have one. But we experience these messy relationships. Once you change the bottom belief of that you are not good enough, you will start to see yourself as a lovable and deserving human being who deserve good things happening in your life, so that you would automatically stop doing those destructive and self-sabotaging behaviors that cause those good things to leave you in the first place. So if you change this inner sense, this inner perception around yourself, you have the ability to create the life that you want. So that's why I have spent my fair amount of time in working on this core belief, and this is why all these past years of therapy session, it all comes down to this core belief that we feel like we're bad, we feel like we don't deserve, we feel like we're inadequate. We get shamed by our inner critic before anyone else could come and approach us and tell us we're bad. It's really rare that people do things like this right now. as we've grown up, right? People just don't come to you like every day to tell you that you suck. But it's those voices trapped in our head. We don't know where it's coming from, but they were just trying to judge us. They were trying to criticize us and make us feel like, well, you shouldn't take actions because when you do things, when you do take risks, you're going to get hurt because you will be rejected. Now let's look at the questions that I wanted to reflect on and go really deep into, because you will find something worth discovering. The first question is, in what aspects do you feel inadequate? I wanted to cover as many as aspects of your life that you feel that are impacted by this core belief. My answers are mainly around 4 areas. Of course, those were the summary part of my experience, of my descriptions, because it could be pages long for each area. But I wanted to go to real details in answering those questions. I spent 3 days writing out all those answers because I always come back to those questions like repetitively, because I feel like there's something always new coming to my mind. And the reason that you do this is just to bring as much as details from the subconscious to the conscious that you can become aware of the impacts that it has on you. So in the future, when you do certain things out of habits, you would maybe stop and pause. Well, this is because of this core belief. It's not the present moment. It's not what is actually happening. You have to be willing to dive into your inner fears and pain. And you have to really devote time and be committed in working on those core beliefs. And the second question is, how will you know that when you are accepted or not accepted by people? Is it based on facts or feelings? How will you know that you don't measure up to people's expectations? Like the first question, I want you to go into each and every area of your life that when you feel inadequate, like what made you feel like you're inadequate? What made you feel people are not accepting who you are? They are shaming you internally. When you do this, you will notice that it's often not about what actually happened. It's about this inner critic. It's about the thoughts. It was about this nagging sense, this nagging feeling inside of you that's causing you to believe it's true. For this, I want you to watch my video, the #1 cognitive distortion that gets you trapped in abandonment fear. I'm gonna put it up here because in this video, I talked about how those vicious cycle, like when you feel something, you believe something, and then you would act towards it. The next question is that how will you respond when you feel defective, both emotionally and physically? Trauma is not only a thinking thing, it's also a body thing. I have dedicated a video to talk about this, the #1 truth about trauma. I'm gonna put it up here. But you have to really dive into your body sensations to heal yourself, because normally when those traumas, they happen at such a young age, maybe when you were an infant, maybe when you were a baby. When attachment trauma happens in such a young age, you don't have the cognitive or verbal ability to make sense of things. All you are left is a feeling inside your body, this nagging awareness that something is wrong with you. So I want you to really take this information that trauma is also a body thing. That's why this question is particularly important. And this is my sample answer to this question. In another video of mine, I talked about how to handle the sensations when you're getting triggered of abandonment anxiety. I'm gonna also put it up here. The next one is to try to recall the earliest experience that you feel this way and describe it in detail. This can help you explore how past traumatic events can really frame your perception towards yourself in response towards the present situation. It helps to see how part of yourself is still fixated in the past situation, the past trauma time, instead of the present situation. Also, as usual, try to bring ending situations that you remembered from the past as much as possible. And this is my answer to this question. The final question is, what are some moments that you feel proud of yourself and you feel this sense of efficacy? How did you feel emotionally and physically? Try to go over this many times to beat shame. For this question, I also dedicated a video in talking about how to beat shame-related shutdown state that you feel like you don't have the right to exist in the world. So the sense of proudness really beats shame. Because when you feel this sense of proudness, your body posture will change, your perceptions towards yourself will change. You feel like, well, maybe you have this inner strength and inner agency to do difficult things, to survive, to be better, to deserve greater things in your life. And that's why I repeatedly talk about shame in my channel, because I really wanted to get this. I really wanted to heal through integration of your body and mind and feelings. Alright everyone, I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanted to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.